Checks echo, I'm the sound of the brawl. Canvas creaks, flesh slaps, bodies rise and fall. Steel cage dreams, no escape. All pain, blood stains mixed with the sweat and the chain. Adrenaline surging my veins, spit fire. Crowd chants feeding my soul's desire. Turnbuckles tremble when my wrath collides. Glory's the belt and I'm taking the pride. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Like flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Pyros ignite, shadows dance in the glow. Ringside roar, it's a gladiator show. Chokeholds tighter than the grip of the night. Climbing the ropes to new championship heights. The mat's a battlefield, no room for doubt. Every move calculated, every scream a shout. The bell tolls louder than a sinner's regret. This is the place where the bold never forget. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Like flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Like flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Circle Digest!
Oh, we are live. It is 7P. The place to be. It is the Squared Circle Digest. I am Sean Stanley, joined by the great Frankie Fresco, and I think he has a Mr. Iguana shirt on. Am I looking at that correctly?
I do have Mr. Iguana.
There it is. Look at that.
Mr. Iguana.
Look at
Always
that,
showing
man.
a little bit of love to my friend, Mr. Iguana out there.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Mr. Iguana, man. He's such a cool guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I talk to him a lot. I actually send him a message every once in a blue, and he answers.
Did I send that to you, the video of him working out with the kids
Yes.
at the center?
Yeah, I saw that.
Teach work, yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's cool guys, man. He is very, very nonchalant guy. He likes to, support his community over there in Mexico. He's doing really well, man. Like I told you, I've sent him messages, and he's actually replied to me. So he's a nice guy. Real nice guy. I think that's why he reposted me when I first did that Mr. Iguana lookalike. But
yeah, that was something I was not expecting when you did that, and you nailed it, man. You hit that one. You did not an AEW Grand Slam, but a Grand Slam on that one, buddy.
Hey, quick thing to all you guys that are tuning in to the show. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're in the neighborhood, next Friday, your boy Frankie Fresco will be at CCW Bash at the Brew down in Doral. So if you guys follow indie shows, if you're here in South Florida, check me out. I will be out there. I spoke to Nelio and I told him, I'm going to be out there, brother. I'm going to support you. So I haven't been in a CCW show in a minute. He was like, Frankie, come through. So I'll be out there. Taking the old folks too. The old folks are coming with. So if you do decide to go, any of you guys, and you want to meet my papa and my mama, they'll be out there with me.
Great people, by the way. Great people.
They're
Great
both
people.
retired. My mom has never been to a wrestling show ever in her life. So this will be her first show ever. We'll see how she reacts.
Oh boy!
I hope there's some blood and there's like squirting. And I want to see her reaction to this. I really want to see this. I might record her while I see like blood and guts coming out there. It'll be pretty cool.
I went to a show when I was younger in Sunrise Musical Theater. It's not there anymore. It's now, can't remember what they built there now. I think it's a church or something like that. Yeah, no, it was like I think it was something like that. I don't know if that's still there or something else. But it was set up for an orchestra type thing. So there was on the stage, the ring was on the stage, and I forgot what happened. For some reason, again, I was younger. I leave to go get something with I think it was with my mom, and we came back, and this was after my dad and mom were separated. So she was there with this guy. Don took us, her boyfriend at the time, and when we come back, Dusty Rhodes is getting up off of him, and his blood is all on his shirt. He used to wear a white shirt and rolled up sleeves all the time. I don't know if he owned another shirt or
Okay.
whatever, but it was always a white shirt with like rolled up on the arms, and the blood hit the shirt, and I thought it was the coolest thing, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, this is awesome. We never washed that shirt. Of
Oh,
course
wow.
they did. I was upset.
What about your mom? How did your mom react?
But we were coming back down the aisle, and we could see him getting up and walking back into and I was like, what? And then, sure enough, and they didn't believe in it, and they washed the shirt, and I never got Dusty's DNA.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Close.
Damn it.
Close.
That close. I could have cloned him.
Jurassic Park style, you know? How they
Oh,
get the little
yeah, man.
frog and then, they do the cloning.
It would have been good. A good week in wrestling this week. We got Elimination Chamber coming this week. I believe we're going to have a pre and post. I don't know the times yet. We'll work with 2 Raw for SmackDown on that. Unless you've heard, Frankie, I don't know. I know you were looking at times, but I don't know if we narrowed down an exact time is what I guess.
We have not, but 100% guaranteed your boy Frankie Fresco will be there for the post. I will be there for the post.
Right.
If they do the pre, if you guys do it early, I won't be able to do that. I DJ from 11 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's why if you guys do 1 o'clock, I'm not gonna be able to be there. But if you do it at 4 or 5, if you do it at 4, I'll probably be driving. If you do it at 5, it'll be perfect because by that time I'll be home. So, but whatever.
I'll go with Adrian and Tony and see what they're doing that. And then,
Yep.
but there will be pre and post coming your way. But we are still doing our picks on the show. So what I'm gonna write down the picks I do here, and then I'll go exact opposite on the other show. And then I should win one of them, I think.
And on top of that, we need to predict what is gonna be in that box too.
Oh my God, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've heard some wild, outlandish stuff now, and like the one that, and we'll dive into that when we talk Elimination Chamber. I want to start with something that just happened last night. And well, actually, there's 2 things that happened last night that, but let's start with the good one, the good heartfelt one in AJ Styles, the tribute to him, Frankie Fresco. Did you get to watch it live? Were you watching it like a DVR? What were your thoughts on it? And we'll start with that. What were your thoughts initially on it?
All right, so I started watching a little bit late. I saw it, I was like 30 minutes behind. So I think WWE finally got something right. I am happy. I'm actually thrilled that they did this for him. I thought it was a right moment. I like the fact that they incorporated Gunther at the very beginning. They kicked him out. They wanted to make sure that this was just dedicated for him. I like the fact that they surprised us at the end. If there's one little thing that I'm gonna fault, it's not WWE. It's actually the Atlanta crowd. It was kind of lackluster when he came out and he actually had his music. Like I didn't hear them cheer. Like that's your guy. That's one of your guys. He's from there. Like I would have expected a louder pop for him, but that's not WWE's fault. That's you, Atlanta people. I'm telling you, if The Rock would be retiring here in South Florida, we would go wild, right? That's our guy, right? So overall, I think they nailed it, and I loved the fact that they brought Taker at the end. They went ahead, and what a way to end this night for AJ by giving him the opportunity and letting him know that he's now going to be a Hall of Famer in the WWE. And of course, this is good for WrestleMania. Obviously, you're going to be able to go check out and see AJ Styles at the Hall of Fame speech, and then you're also going to see him in WrestleMania when they like to bring him out just to go ahead.
Yeah, night 1 and 2, they bring them out each night, one for introduction and stuff there.
I thought it was great. Great work by WWE, in my opinion.
I thought everything was great. I agree with you there. The one thing I will fault WWE on is this. You're on Netflix. Let it play. There was a lot of stuff that happened afterwards that they made you go to their, again, it's because they wanted you to go to their social media and see all the other stuff. I get the business side of it, but you're on Netflix. There's no time limit. There's no, the one night where I thought you should just let it play. Because I'll tell you now, when AJ did the thing and I saw the, producer name come up and I'm like, they're going to cut this off now? I was a little bit like, damn, this is going to be rough. And then I saw them file out. And then they put up another one. I'm like, oh no, now that's going to be it. And I just felt it was kind of short. And then like you said, the surprise at the end, I thought was a great bow, but I thought you could have let some of the stuff play out. You show Abyss, you show Frankie Kazarian, you show the Good Brothers, all them there, and then you don't show them the moment they're with AJ. Unless you go, of course, to their social media and you see the TNA Legends picture that they have, and then the Good Brothers picture, and of course all that's going on. I just thought, again, it's one of those things. I get the business behind it, but again, you're on Netflix. You got people paying subscriptions to watch it. If you're going to cut everything off and make me watch social media, then I'll just watch social media.
Maybe they have some type of agreement where they can't go certain time limit. I don't know, but I mean,
again, I am ignorant in that part of it. I don't know if they do have like a 2:45 or whatever, but that was at 2:40 last night. I think it was 2 hours and 40 minutes total that they were in and out by.
yeah, I mean, it was nice. I guess if you're a hardcore fan, you wanted to see more, you would go to their WWE social media and check it out.
Yeah, again, and I saw it all because it's posts up and things like that. But I did think that this was going to be an angle. I'm not going to lie to you.
For a minute there, wasn't it?
I was like, it just felt like, and then when that chick comes on, he goes, we
got unfinished business, right?
You're not going like, I was like, what?
I thought for a split second, Sean, that they were going to put Undertaker versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. And I was like, damn, are they that desperate that they're going to go this route?
Can I tell you what I thought was going to happen by the way the show started? I thought Gunther was going to get heated and be like, you want to save AJ so much? We'll go one-on-one. Dragon Lee, if you beat me, we bring AJ back.
That would have been good.
And then Brock was there, and there's been a lot with Gunther and Brock where Gunther says, maybe I'll retire Brock at WrestleMania or some on the podcast again. I didn't click on it to see what was actually said, but that was kind of like the headline. So I was like, perfect time. Brock's there. He comes out. He nails Gunther. Dragon Lee gets a surprise win. AJ Styles is back, and he continues his career till the end of December. But then when you hear AJ, and again, I know I sent you the thing when Cena said it on the podcast. I was like, this is legit. When I heard Cena say, AJ told me at the thing Royal Rumble was his last match, I was like, that's not something you're going to say.
No.
If it's, like you're not playing, like to Cena, like you're not going to be playing the game on Cena.
No.
And then I was kind of like, oh, okay. All right. And then when he tells a story, he wanted to end it at home in Atlanta. That's where, he wanted it to be. And you saw the gloves laid down and the jacket. And again, the heartfelt message to his wife and the kids. And just, it was good, man. I enjoyed a lot of it, but I did think there was that aspect of it where it was like, are they going to pull this WWE stuff and be like, hey, and run it? Especially when, like I said, when they brought him out at the beginning. Again, it was very well done because now Gunther's not there because he's kicked out and things like that. It set it up perfectly. But I just had to think like, oh, here we go. This is the part where AJ gets his career back in Atlanta in front of the home crowd and his wife and kids. But I think the way they went was perfect for AJ. He said he went in, he went out the way he came in. So,
yeah, man, and the video montage that they did for him was really well done. And
brought back Creed.
Yeah,
haven't had them in a while, man. They haven't had them in a while.
They're playing higher, really good. And then everybody came out. They had everybody out there. Yeah. And of course, if you went on social media, you would have seen they all made their way to the ring and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it was good. Look, man, compared to John Cena,
Omos didn't pick him up and put him on his shoulder.
That would have been funny. But something, at the end of the day, man, if you compare that to John Cena, I'll take AJ Styles' farewell all day over John Cena's farewell. Because again, you gave him his time. You gave him his moment. He had time to talk. He was there at his home crowd. He had his wife. He had his kids.
Yeah, but John Cena had 12 months.
Again, it's a last run, but you still want John Cena to have given us a speech. You still would have liked to have seen John Cena go out there and even
see,
if
I
it
still,
even if it wasn't even if it wasn't a wrestling match. How about you would have done this for him? How about
yeah, but
next
see,
time you
the
made it?
thing is though, if you've watched all the podcasts he's done since then, that's not him, man. It's not. It's
It isn't
not.
him, but you
But
gotta make
it's
it him.
no, man.
You
Dude.
got you gotta
You
give
let
it to
them,
him. You give him his
let them
kudos.
go out the way they want to go out. Apparently,
Yeah.
AJ said, I would like to do the send off in Atlanta, so that's why I didn't leave the gloves in Saudi. And I like that part of it because again, my whole thing about it was, I felt they cheated the U.S. fans out of AJ Styles' last match by putting it on that card.
Yeah, I sucked, but
So
again, his last match in the States was that Shinsuke one. We all knew that. So, but what is the bad thing? What happened? What happened on Monday night, Sean? That it's just, I think these people are jinxed, right? Want to talk
oh
about
yeah,
it?
the conspiracy theory is going crazy.
What is going on there?
Because the Vision is now like the surgeons. I don't know what to call them, man.
The rehabs.
I guess, man. Because look, I thought it was interesting where somebody came out, and again, it was more of an AEW Stan account that did it, but it was very interesting to do it because you said, remember, Triple H came up with the idea to fake the injury to Seth Rollins, to play it along, and bring him back to win and cash in the Money in the Bank on CM Punk when he won it. Fantastic storyline.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Work to a T. Problem has been, since that happened, Seth tore his shoulder trying to do a diving headbutt across the ring. Apparently, Braun was wrestling with a hernia, sports hernia, and then it ruptured when he flipped over the table. And then last night, Bronson apparently tears his bicep, just a basic dive across the ring. Didn't land wrong, didn't land anything else. Just kind of rolled over, knocked the guy off of the pin. And then he looks at his arm, and you could tell there was something wrong there because his arm was literally, like the top of it was like a flabby tricep. The top of his arm was doing that. And I was like, oh, I didn't notice at first. When I came back in, he was on the ground outside the ring. Then they released the footage where I could see it.
And they throw the X too.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. And then I saw that as well. And that's never good when they throw the X because that's just telling that it's, not part of what's supposed to be going on. And there's something more to it. And the fact that, he couldn't get up. And then now there was word that he was actually supposed to win that match.
Yes.
And go to the chamber. And now Jey Uso is going to the chamber. And now, again, what does this change, if anything? Or now you're scrambling a week before the pay-per-view trying to figure out what to do. But the Vision is jinxed, bro. If I'm Austin Theory and Logan Paul, I tell Paul Heyman next week, we're going to go our own ways. We're good.
Well,
thank you, but no thank you.
Ever since, I think it was Logan Paul or Theory joined, they've been having this really bad injury situation happening to them. And you're right. I think the question is, where does this go with the Vision? All three of them are out. And this fraction might be one of the worst ones ever because they all got hurt. Like it just, it so much was. It looked like WWE was investing a lot in it,
and they invested a lot. They were going to be the next Evolution, I believe.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden it's just a complete disaster. And now that leaves Logan Paul and Austin Theory kind of like, what do we do with these guys? Some people are saying tag them, do them like a tag team. Some people are saying,
somebody I saw that said give them the belts. That's the only way you save the Vision is if you get the tag team titles off of them. But then you got to have them beat the Usos.
Yeah, you need to add somebody else. You just can't have.
There's got to be
too.
more. Yeah, there's got to be more to it. I just don't know what.
And then the awkwardness too is because Paul Heyman likes to come out with Brock Lesnar, so there's a little bit of some awkwardness there because he's doing it. I know he mentioned I don't know what he's calling himself now when it goes.
Well, he's the Advocate when he's with Brock, and he's the Oracle when he's with the Vision.
He has so many goddamn names, it's crazy, but. Sub names actually, but at the end of the day, it's rough. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. It also kind of hurts Braun Breaker, and it also hurts Bronson Reed because those were young guys. I don't know how old Bronson Reed is, but Braun Breaker's young. of new faces, new stuff you wanted to see, new wrestlers you want to kind of get to see them at WrestleMania. You're not going to be able to see them, which means you're going to have to rely heavily, heavily now on the usual guys, the Cody Rhodes, the CM Punks, the Roman Reigns, all those guys, in order to run back a WrestleMania that in a way it's been kind of lackluster leading up to it, right? We don't know any. We finally got a second match, 3 matches now, but with one mysterious. I don't know who's his opponent going to be. Well, I don't know if we're going to talk about that, but it just leaves a lot of things like, man, what is WWE? Is WWE running into some trouble? Is it that they're not doing house shows? That's why these guys are getting injured and gals. Is it that what is going on, Sean? Why are they running into this?
I
Like,
mean,
look at Bianca Belair.
yeah, but
Until
again,
now?
those are all freak injuries. These are all like, I mean, if they're just getting hurt, like, I mean, Seth's was because of a dive. Braun wrestling with sports hernia. I'm not sure who called the idea of saying, hey, let's pick up the announce table and flip it over. If it was one of those rage things to where Braun wasn't thinking, just automatically said, hey, I'm going to flip it just to give it some, kudos, and go there. And then Bronson Reed's just rolling. I mean, it's just freak accidents, man. It's not like I would normally say, yeah, they probably would. You'd probably love to have 1 or 2 extra house shows a month just to kind of work on things, but it was never mistiming or anything like that. I mean, it was just bad. One was a bad jump, a miscalculation, and he tried to kind of protect himself, and then he came down right on the shoulder. That doesn't help. And Braun was just trying to break up a count, and Bronson was trying to break up a count. I'm sorry, and that happened. I don't think it's anything else that they're doing. I just, I mean,
Some bad luck then.
it is bad luck. It is bad luck. And then, again, if you fake an injury, I guess you get 3 multiplied on top of it.
Karma, baby, karma. Hey, shout out to Finn, Sammy, Josh. I see you, Adrian. I
Yep.
see you, and your papa, of course, Tony Stanley as well on the
Yes,
chat
sir.
board as you guys are coming in. I know we always flip flop, right? Sometimes we start at 8, sometimes we start at 7. Today we decided to start at 7.
That's why you got to hit those notifications, baby.
Yes.
They're important. Hit that subscribe, hit the like, hit the notifications, and you'll be set. That's
And
all you gotta do.
Reed is 37, so thank you, Josh. He's still pretty, he's not in the 40s, so that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
he's Shinsuke's 47 today. So,
Oh, happy birthday to Shinsuke.
yeah, I read that earlier. I was like, wow, 47. Holy cow. Josh says Dom is turning on Liv at WrestleMania.
Now, why would he say that? Where is he getting that
don't
vibe
know.
from? I didn't get that from yesterday. I mean, I don't think we were going to talk about it, but if you want to kind of chime in a little bit on this because Josh brought it up, I thought, look, first and foremost, I thought the Atlanta fans got a treat. They got Cody Rhodes, they got Jay Cargo, they got all the people from TNA. I mean, they had everybody out there. Like, I was like, damn, I wish I would have been there because they really got a treat. Jade and Cody are SmackDown, and then you got the TNA guys, the Abyss. You got Frankie Kazarian. You had all these people. So it was good. Now going back to Liv Morgan, it was nice that Jade Cargo did come out. She didn't get a pop, bro. I that was one thing I was noticing a lot on a lot of these people. Like, I don't know if it was the Atlanta crowd or it's just they're just not feeling this, like, these particular. You gotta start analyzing which characters, which wrestlers are getting the pop and which are not. Jey Uso got a good pop when he came out. I don't think I saw LA Knight yesterday at all. So, but Jay Cargo didn't get a pop. Stephanie Valkyrie didn't get that big of a pop either. So, but I'm happy that Liv picked Stephanie Valkyrie. I think that was what everybody assumed was going to happen. And I think at the end of the day, that's a pretty good match. Hopefully it lives up to expectation. Hopefully they stay healthy, right? Like, dude, like that would be
That's
the worst
thing right now.
situation. Like, the health is the situation right now, right?
And you're going into probably the worst match for the wrestlers, being the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, man, and that's the scary part. And then the other thing from Monday night that I was wondering, I was like, let me ask you this because obviously we spoke about it a couple seconds ago, but when if Bronson Reed was supposed to win, right? I was looking at the referee because there was a part when both El Grande Americano and Jey Uso were outside, and you see the referee talk a lot to, like, I saw he was talking a lot to Jey Uso. Was that when backstage? How do you call that? I forgot how they call it. They call it
The
like
gorilla position.
the gorilla position. There you go. So when they do the gorilla position, did they go ahead and that's when they tell the ref, "Hey, tell Jey Uso you're gonna win this match."
Yeah, I'm
Is that how it
guessing.
works?
Yeah, yeah. If they were spending a little bit of time there, or they're probably trying to do it to where it made sense to whatever the finish, because they probably had a whole thing worked out. So what they were probably trying to do with the producer in the back was like, how were they going into the finish? How was Bronson going to win? And then what they probably did was just told him, cut the Bronson part out and he'll beat you with the splash. I'm guessing, again, just trying to make sure it kind of went with because you can't change a full match on the fly like that, especially when, you were, I'm thinking Bronson was probably going to steal the win out of it. Like, maybe Jay hit the finish, then Bronson would have took him out, then hit the tsunami for the win or something like that, just something simple. Because I did not expect Bronson Reed to win that. I thought the mask guy would come out and take him out. Now, and talking about that, again,
That's
with
another
the whole thing,
storyline.
is what the hell happens with that storyline now?
Yeah, because that was a big thing. Like,
who the hell is he going to attack now?
I mean, he could only attack Logan Paul.
Logan Paul and Austin.
But I don't think has he attacked Austin Theory before? I think he has, right?
I want to say he did. No, he attacked Logan. He super kicked Logan and put him on the table. No, he stomped him on the table.
Yes.
Logan. I don't know that he's hit Austin yet. I don't know.
I don't think he's hit Austin yet, if I'm not mistaken. Let us know in the chat board if you remember the mask guy hitting Austin Theory, because I know he hit Logan Paul. Yeah. That would be interesting to see if he's hitting, obviously.
Well, now you wonder what happens with that whole part of it, because again, I believe ultimately it was going to be Seth. Now they're using the 100 different people, so you never know who it is. But I think ultimately it was going to be Seth. But now, if there's nobody to return that took him out, it doesn't make sense to bring him back to beat up Austin Theory and Logan Paul. They didn't do anything to him. It was Bronson and Braun. Maybe
it'll just disappear like the gobbledygooker, right?
Oh, the gobbledygooker. Yep. It didn't disappear. It came back the following Thanksgiving too. And danced in the ring with Mean Gene Okerlund.
That was a hell of a time, and we'll talk about that box, right?
That was the great Hector Guerrero, by the way, too. There's the gobbledygooker, Eddie Guerrero's brother.
One of the worst ideas ever from WWE, of course.
I just thought, again, you think wrestling show, it's going to be something that's feasible to wrestle in. And it's just big-ass turkey thing, and it's like, was it going to be a wrestler?
Not only that, but it was...
I thought the best thing was listening to The Undertaker, because he debuted also on that card, worry about whether he was going to be the gobbledygooker coming out of the egg.
That probably would have been better for WWE, right? Not for the Taker, but definitely for WWE, because that was bad judgment by Vince.
That was bad judgment there. The other thing we can talk about WWE before we jump over to AEW, and then we'll come back for the Elimination Chamber picks. I'll tell you now, man. You said the Brock Lesnar challenge, a good idea.
Oh, let's talk about it.
And go ahead, talk about it.
All right, so I think this is the vibe I got, because obviously they started selling that the biggest thing in WrestleMania besides defending the heavyweight belt was the Undertaker streak. So my question is this gonna be like something they want to run for the next couple of years, like the Brock Lesnar challenge for WrestleMania? Because I thought Brock Lesnar was about to retire, and now it seemed like they want to run this every WrestleMania, or at least they gave that impression. And then they give out dates. Now I don't have the dates. I'm pretty sure if you could do me that favor, Sean.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look up right now. I saw it and I just want to find
what are they gonna do to sell this? Like I thought if you have somebody step up, what I don't get it. Because yesterday, when he was addressing the crowd, we all thought somebody was gonna come out, but nobody did. And then they give dates leading up to WrestleMania. what's gonna happen? Is he just gonna come out every single time and be like, "Hey, nobody's here to challenge me," or what now? Or who's gonna challenge me? Like, I don't get it. I felt like it was a little bit of a half-ass in my opinion. I don't think they.
It's
I
big
think it's a.
half-assed.
I think it's a desperate move in order for fans to invest on WrestleMania. I feel like they're coming up with just like, hey, we need to blow up WrestleMania because we need people to talk about it. And if we don't talk about it, then this is gonna epically fail. So
Yeah.
because obviously they thought they were gonna get more from CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and they could, but the problem is Roman Reigns is not always there.
And not only that, I mean, it doesn't matter who you put in. The people that were going to spend that amount of money to go to a wrestling show,
Yeah.
has spent that amount of money.
Yeah.
You're not going to, just because you drop $750 tickets, 25%, you're not going to pull somebody and be like, oh, now we get a deal.
Yeah.
You know, the problem that they don't understand is not everybody can spend. And then now you've done an event in Saudi. So if they went there and spent the money to go there, they're probably not going to go to WrestleMania.
No.
Then if they went to, they're going to go to any of these other ones, Clash in Paris or anything else. WrestleMania, and AJ Styles said it perfectly when he was asked why he didn't retire at WrestleMania. He said, 1, I was coming off an injury. And 2, I feel WrestleMania has lost some of its lure.
Well,
And it has. Other than the Hall of Fame now, what makes it different than SummerSlam? SummerSlam's 2 nights. So it doesn't, it's not the Super Bowl anymore. It's not. It's just another show.
Well, here's the thing also. I feel that not only is WrestleMania falling off a little bit, but I also feel that the Royal Rumble has fallen off.
Yeah.
Like I was watching a video, and back then it was a hell of a move. Like, yo, you would push somebody and that person would get the opportunity to wrestle at WrestleMania and they would be elevated to the point where you're like, damn, now he or she is the next superstar. They did that with Jey Uso. Jey Uso didn't work out, and now look where Jey Uso's back. Jey Uso's back with his brother, but now he's in the Elimination Chamber. But Roman Reigns, the safe pick. Royal Rumble does not have the same vibe as like that whole mentality of like, yes, I made it. I won Royal Rumble. I'm going to WrestleMania, and now I'm going to make a name for myself even bigger than anything else. You don't have that. So I feel like the lackluster of Royal Rumble is rubbing off on the lackluster of WrestleMania, because now people are like, yeah, been there, done that. What's so big about WrestleMania? There's nothing out there.
The problem is there's a few problems here, okay? One is TKO thinks they have the golden ticket, and they don't. No matter what you want to say, this still comes down to being a family entertainment. And if all you're doing is going to the rich families, then you're losing your actual base of your audience, because it's not the rich ones that are all there, watching the eyes on the product. 2, you have to play the safe route, because if you give somebody the ball at Royal Rumble to win, they've got to be able to sell WrestleMania and those damn ticket prices.
100%.
So it's no longer, back in the day when you could, have, the feel-good moment. Rey Mysterio wins the Royal Rumble and is going to WrestleMania to fight for Eddie Guerrero after he passed away. The Daniel Bryan, getting, the win, and now he's going to go and he's got to beat the Authority. And you never get those anymore because they've got to have the perfect storm. And to them, it was Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Again, if you look at it, look at what they took the chance, last year with Jey Uso, but look at the women's. It was Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, this year they went Liv and Roman. 2 people that are going to sell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where I think the problem now is, more than anything, is the fact that you're trying to sell $25,000 front row seats, and you've got to have, Roman versus CM Punk. You've got to have Mad if everybody get mad at me all you want. I'll tell you my pick for Elimination Chamber is Cody Rhodes, because you're going to have Cody be the one going after the belt if you're trying to push tickets.
The issue here.
Who else there sells those tickets in that Elimination Chamber match? Randy a little bit, but Randy versus Drew, I don't know, man.
Here is the thing, Sean. Just like FIFA, TKO is greedy as hell.
Yes,
you're overpricing us, the fans, and if your storylines are not, killing it, people are not gonna go and spend all this money, especially at the times that we're living in right now. We need to save up, right? If you want to go to one of these events, you gotta pay bread. And keep in mind, they're doing the same thing for the Elimination Chamber. They're blacking out. That way people can't freaking look at an Elimination Chamber if you're 50 miles away from the Chicago arena. So like you're alienating more your fans, because I was thinking as well, one thing that I noticed last year in Las Vegas was there's that hotel that has that big screen where you could actually go to that hotel, check out WrestleMania, and they were
in the pool.
That place, and I've been there before. I saw it.
It's Circa, isn't it?
I don't remember the name of it, but it's
not
on the strip of
no, it's over in it's in Tremont Street or whatever it is.
Yes.
Fremont Street or whatever.
It's on Fremont area. Yeah. So that Fremont and that Fremont area, hands down, it's improving a lot. Yeah. It has a really cool thing. That's where I actually did the zip line and all that stuff.
The outside is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So then now you're alienating those people, because now those people who are the you and me, right? The you and me that are like, oh, okay, you know what? I can't have tickets to buy to go to WrestleMania and go watch these matches. Let me go to a bar. Let me go to that hotel. Let me go catch it out. Now I can't even do that. Now I have to watch it from my house or from my phone or from my tablet or from my laptop in order for me to watch it. And what happens next year? Probably the same thing. I'll probably
next year's a given because it's in Saudi.
Exactly. So then what happens? All of a sudden now you're eliminating the excitement of me going and saying, hey, Sean, dude, WrestleMania's in Miami. Let's go. No, because we're already here. We've already seen it. Yeah, but I could just see it on my phone. Look at people that are not season ticket holders when it comes to football or anything like that. Hey, I'd rather watch it at home because of this and that, because it gets pricey. I don't like this. I don't like that.
That doesn't count parking and everything else.
Yeah, man. So that's why right now it seems like a desperate move when they did this. And I don't know who can challenge Brock Lesnar. Because I mean, I hope they put Obafemi versus Rusev. I like that. I think that should be one of the matches in WrestleMania.
You know what's interesting? And let me tell you something. I feel like what they're doing is what John Cena did with AJ Styles. And I think, unfortunately, Oba's probably going to get hurt by this.
Elaborate.
Because I think they are trying to test the waters to see who the fans want to see versus Brock Lesnar. And the fans are going to want to see Oba versus Brock. And then TKO, the masterminds that they are going to think, well, we put that on the card, people will pay to see it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Oba versus Brock probably beats Oba. At this point, not saying they can't run it back.
No, and especially the way that they sold it with, hey, this is like the Undertaker, so now this is like
streak,
this is like the Brock Lesnar streak or whatnot. So, and if this is something they're going to run for the next couple of WrestleManias, because that's another thing we also have to take into account. Last year, you also were riding high because of John Cena, right? We all knew it was his retirement. Retiring. So these numbers could be inflated a little bit because people wanted to see him before he retired. You don't have that now. You don't have that experience right now. So all of a sudden, you need to be able to put matches out there that people are going to actually want to go see. Because one of my friends went to WrestleMania last year, and he told me WrestleMania sucked, dude. Like it wasn't fun. The matches were not great. It was nice to see John Cena. It was nice to have seen. It was nice when Seth Rollins did the whole. That was in WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
I don't remember. No, it was WrestleMania when he beat Roman and CM Punk.
Yeah,
they started the vision.
Yes. When he betrayed him and all that stuff. Yeah. So that was those things were the only thing that were eye catching for him, because he said even the Brock Lesnar when he came out and stuff like that, it wasn't even that like, oh wow, big stuff. Hey, we seen him, whatever. It's been a minute since we haven't seen him, but yeah, but he was like, it wasn't that like amazing WrestleMania
Yeah.
where you're like,
Well,
damn, these matches kicked ass. No.
the problem too TKO's got is they have two entities. You got the UFC, which people will pay money to go see because anything could happen. And you have the WWE, which is more scripted.
Yes.
And if you understand and you follow a lot of it, you probably have an idea of what could happen. And you can't charge the same amount of money for something that you probably already foresee is going to happen versus something that could be a shocker. Because you don't know who's going to win. Although sometimes in UFC, I guess, depending on how you set it up, they can.
Well, did
could
you
buy a
see
win.
yesterday how many rappers were out there just tuning in
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
they were
yeah.
streaming it?
Oh,
And
no,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure those tickets were not probably cheap. In order,
that or they filled them in. They did fillers with all those guys just to make it. I mean, you had the NASCAR. You had Tyler Reddick drove up CM Punk.
yep.
I mean, you had. I mean, it was like. And then Michael Cole's dumb. This is where you tell people that don't know NASCAR, okay?
Uh-oh.
This is what. There's the car that he won the Daytona 500 in. No, it's not. No, it's not. That car's in Daytona still in the museum. So unless Tyler Reddick broke in, stole the car, drove to Atlanta, picked up CM Punk, and drove him into the building, that's not the same chassis.
Adrian says, think they will listen and drop prices eventually. They tried.
No.
They tried already. They gave you 25%. That's it.
No,
That's
but
what they're gonna do.
but what I believe what he means is, do you think they'll start lowering prices at the beginning, not think you're getting a deal because ticket sales aren't going good? And like I said before, with the tickets they sold are probably already a better gate than they had last year.
Yeah, because they're more expensive this year than last year.
Yeah, and so what's going to stop them? The only way you're going to stop them is when you get some people to say, okay, everybody's not paying these prices, because I believe the whole front, like 4 sections are gone, and I think they were $25,000 a ticket.
It's insane, dude.
Per night.
I was looking at
That's
the VIP.
$50,000 per seat. I don't know how far it goes across.
One of the VIPs for WrestleMania was $36,000, bro. Get the hell out of here, bro.
Yeah.
I could buy a car.
Yeah.
Why the hell would I spend $36,000?
Oh, no, but isn't that the one where the Undertaker will come hang out with you for like 5 minutes?
Undertaker can.
For that, Undertaker better be there like fanning me and giving me grapes and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
$36,000, man.
no, Undertaker better like buy me a
And
house.
then the problem too with the whole WrestleMania thing is, it's not like you pay $36,000 and you get in night 1, night 2, Raw, SmackDown, Hall of Fame. No, that's just to get into one night of WrestleMania. You still got SmackDown. You got NXT if you want to go. You got the Hall of Fame. You got night 1, night 2, and Raw. There's 6 different events. Not to mention, you have access going on all around the city where you go in, you shop, the biggest shopping thing there, the autographs. And every autograph, by the way, you got to pay for to go to another ticket price.
No, and not only
Like,
that, but a lot of the
bro.
what is it? I think it's the indie shows that like to go to WrestleMania, and they'll have their mini shows
Yeah.
all around Las Vegas, which is cool. Remember, they also had the club. I don't know if you remember this, but last year they had the club where Mark Henry was DJing and stuff like that. So I don't even.
Yeah, no, there'll be events going on
it.
throughout the city because Sirius XM Busted Open is taking over the one you were talking about, the one with the big pool.
Yeah.
They're going to be there doing their podcast live and stuff like that during.
And probably ESPN, like First Take and all those. Pat McAfee might be out.
Yeah, McAfee will probably be out there and stuff too.
Those
But
guys-
yeah, but it's like, man, ESPN's going to be out there hoarding that
all
stuff
day.
up, bro.
All
Yes.
day. They got to make
Yeah,
their money.
all the sports centers will be there from there live, and
It's just like I said, man. And now going back to the Brock Lesnar, who is the right person for him to challenge Brock Lesnar? If are you? I know you mentioned Obafemi. Is that who you want, or do you feel there's somebody else out there that could challenge Brock Lesnar and at least make it a fight?
I don't think that there's going to be.
I have somebody in mind, and I think the reason I put him is because he's a hot new toy from last year. He's still very relevant. He's always fighting. I think he could take an L because he's taken previous L's, and I don't think he's gonna win any belts right now. I would put Penta in there, and I would put Brock Lesnar versus Penta. Now, does Penta have a shot at beating Brock? Maybe, because of his high flying and everything. But it would be kind of cool to see how Brock and Penta do inside a ring. Again, Penta is a high flyer. He does a lot of moves like that. I don't know if Brock can handle all that right now.
But let me
But
ask you this.
but
Let
I
me ask
would
you
like.
this.
I think that would be a pretty good sale.
I think it would be a good match, but let me ask you this. Are you going to Vegas to watch Penta versus Lesnar?
It would make me happy to see them wrestle.
Are you going to Vegas to see Penta versus Lesnar?
I'm not going to go see Vegas for Brock Lesnar or Penta. No, neither one of them.
Okay.
I'm going there. I'm going there for.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, they are doing this because they want to see the reaction online to what people. Because again, I got the dates here for Lesnar, and it's like, sorry, lost it now. It's March 16th,
Okay.
March 23rd, March 30th, April 6th, April 13th, and of course the following is WrestleMania is the 18th and 19th.
My thing is, why did they? Are they having a hard time selling these Monday nights? Is that what it is?
No, it's the big cities, so they're going to make sure that they get the big. It's San Antonio, it's Boston, it's New York City, it's Houston, it's Sacramento.
Adrian, see, he says going for the hookers. WrestleMania is a bonus. If you guys haven't been to Vegas, there is a lot of friendly women out there that like to hit on guys late night if you're into all that. But I will say this: I don't know what was the whole point of announcing him, because what are they gonna do? Are you gonna bring somebody each and every single time out and for his date, and like the days that he's gonna show up on Monday night? Is he supposed to like beat him up, or is he supposed to just like trash talk with them and then he'll make a decision heading into WrestleMania? Like, what was the point of them mentioning his dates besides, hey, Brock is gonna be there?
The whole thing to me is stupid, okay? Because you're going to sit there and say, you know,
stupid, yeah.
huh?
No, the whole thing is stupid, yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, you're saying Roman and CM Punk is not the main event. This and this is not the main event. This is better than the Taker streak. So why am I paying to watch CM Punk take on Roman Reigns? If you're saying that Brock Lesnar, you're poo-pooing on your own stuff.
Well, no. Paul Heyman did say that besides the wrestling thing, besides the wrestling for the belt, that the next biggest draw was the Undertaker streak. He did say that, yeah, last night. So he wasn't saying
I heard that wrong. I heard him say. I heard him say. Okay, I didn't hear him say it that way. I heard him say.
Yeah. He said the two biggest things that you want to go see was obviously who's going to win the belt, or who wins the belt after defending it, and then the next biggest draw was the Undertaker streak. Well, we brought Brock Lesnar, who's the guy who stopped that streak, and now he's opening up an open challenge for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah, because it's not. He doesn't
also,
have the same aura as the Undertaker
who is
either.
Going to fight freaking like what? Sami Zayn going to answer the challenge and go in there and fight Brock Lesnar? Like you're not. It's not going to be like some Trick Williams going to answer it and go fight Brock Lesnar. Who in their right mind is going to be like, yes, let me get in with Brock Lesnar?
It has to be somebody that could take an L, because obviously Brock Lesnar is not losing. Oh, I don't think he is. If they want to continue this, because it sounded to me
if it's a
like
one-time thing, then that's different. But it sounds like what you're saying is true. And I heard that, honestly, it was going to be LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. If that's the case, that would be such a slap to the face to LA Knight, because I think Brock Lesnar would destroy LA Knight.
I do too.
That would suck for LA Knight, man. I think
just the same thing with Oba. Like I think whoever you go in there, you are feeding them basically to Brock Lesnar if this is to continue.
That's why it can't be Oba, unless this is a one-time thing.
Or Oba takes the L now because he's new on the card. Season's up 2 years down the road, maybe not next year, but the year after, he's the one that ends the challenge by beating Brock Lesnar.
My question is, who else? Okay, besides Oba, who else has the draw? Because I said Penta, and you say, you're not feeling it.
Again,
who would be out there to fight?
I just don't know that.
Because I'm
Because
just
to
trying
me, Penta versus Brock Lesnar is a Raw or a Saturday night main event.
Well, you gotta make the entrances big. You gotta make the entrances big, and you know what? You could build it. You could have Brock go to AAA.
No doubt. Hope you're feeling better, bud.
Oh, is he sick? A little
Yeah.
bit hurt. Oh, okay. Hope you feel better, no doubt. But yeah, you could do that. You could play it off that way. You could bring Penta to AAA and then have Brock show up to AAA, even though there's some issues going to Mexico right now, and I don't know if they're going to do
Not
the
only
tape
that,
in
but
AAA.
you heard also what they're doing with Vikingo, right?
No, what are they doing?
The
Because
Vikingo Dom match has a stipulation.
oh yeah, no,
If Vikingo wins, Dom is out of AAA.
no, that is not the stipulation, sir.
That is. That's what I heard.
That is
That's what I read.
No. If Vikingo wins, Dom cannot challenge for no. If Vikingo loses, Vikingo cannot challenge for the belt.
Yes.
That's what, and then Dom. I think there's a stipulation for Dom. I think Dom can't wrestle for the belt either. Like whoever loses can't wrestle, can't get like a rematch and won't be able to go after that championship belt. If I'm not mistaken, because I did see the when Omos came out with Vikingo. I think it was not this past week, but it was the last weekend before where they mentioned that, and I think it was that you can't challenge the belt if you lose. So whoever loses cannot challenge for the belt anymore until somebody else has the belt. So, and I know Sean is fat checking me, so I hope I got it right. I think that's what it was.
The stipulation of El Hijo del Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio for the AAA Mega Championship at Rey de Reyes, March 14th, is a high-stakes title match with loser leaves AAA and no disqualification conditions.
Oh, so I didn't know.
If Vikingo wins, Dominic must leave AAA forever. If Dominic wins, Vikingo can never challenge him for the title again.
There you go. I would probably say, I hope Dom wins because I think that would hurt AAA if Dom can never wrestle again.
Oh yeah, he will.
But here's my thing. But yeah, so like let's say they bring Penta out there and you bring in Brock Lesnar and you could build something. But again, is Brock gonna be okay doing all this stuff? He's like Roman Reigns. He's like a one-time guy.
Stuff.
So that's why it's like it's pointless what to do here.
Like the whole thing is like with all these dates, he's not wrestling on Raw. He's gonna show up and talk about this challenge.
Stupid, bro.
And then I guess what? They bring somebody in to be the I want to fight you, and then he destroys them and is like, you're not worthy for a couple of weeks to set up something with whoever it's going to be at the end.
Maybe it's Chris Jericho.
That's what I want to see. That's what Nailed it. You know what? If they book that, I'm getting tickets to Las Vegas as soon as they book that match.
Man, Chris Jericho would get annihilated by Brock, bro. That would be bad for Chris, but I mean...
Could you imagine that? Hey, Chris, I'm going to pick you up and suplex you 42 times, okay? Yeah, no problem, Brock. I'll be there. I'll be there for all of them.
No way Chris Jericho's ever wrestling again after that match. Damn, he's gonna be in some pain. But I mean, who else? I think it hurts you if you what about Randy? But Randy's on SmackDown. But if you put Randy versus Brock, because I don't see Randy challenging.
It does add something to it there at least. I mean, that gets me more than Penta against Brock.
Well, if you stick with somebody at Raw, because Brock, are any of the showings that he's going to, are they all Raw or is some of them SmackDown?
It all has the Raw emblem behind it, so I'm guessing it's all
okay.
Raw.
So it has.
It's like every 7 days, so I'm guessing it's that.
So it has to be somebody from Raw. And right now, who else is out there besides? Who else? Like you can't
be LA Knight or Obafemi, probably one of the two.
Yeah, because I mean, man, that would suck, man. It would suck for Obafemi, man.
Now again, if you didn't get hurt last night, you could throw Bronson Reed in there.
Yes, or maybe you could throw
in Breaker. I mean,
but people don't love Logan Paul because if you put Logan Paul versus Brock Lesnar, that's a boring ass match.
That could get
ugly.
Yeah,
people are gonna be pissed
if Logan slips up and nails him. Lesnar's gonna unload, bro.
Actually, maybe it
might actually be pretty funny to watch.
It might be a good match, actually.
Yeah, it might actually. Now I think about it, you're right. Let's book it.
But yeah, man. So we'll see where they go. Let's see how they handle the next time Brock shows up. But I think it's a desperate move by WWE in bringing him and trying to do like a challenge for him. I thought that's just not a good route for them. But hey, maybe it works. Maybe it turns out. I mean, look, they're throwing they're putting all their marbles in one basket, right? The Brock Lesnar challenge, CM Punk with Roman, that stupid box. What's gonna happen if that affect Elimination Chamber? That will affect WrestleMania. I mean, they're trying everything. They're just throwing things out there to see if they could get the fans' interest and just be like, wow, okay, we're really in it. So screw it. Like,
But the only way you're really going to get somebody in it is if you start lowering prices.
that and you make good storylines, Sean. Like, they've been
No, dude,
lackluster, bro.
I don't give a damn what your storyline is. I ain't paying fucking $500 for a seat. No,
You're right about that.
no. The
You're right
fucking
about that.
opera stuff isn't even that much to go watch like legit Emmy Award winners. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Lower the price and you'll see fans out there. You don't lower the price, you're gonna see some empty seats. Was there some empty seats over there in Atlanta? I thought I saw some empty seats.
I'm sure there was.
I
I'm
thought
sure
there was
is.
they were like on the side, on the right side, it looked like they had the seats covered in black. I don't know if that was just
Well, you
how
have
the
to
rail
also
was.
remember too. There's sometimes where there's a hard camera. I don't know which area it was at. They do corner off that like section, but I don't know if that's the section or whatever. I don't know. So, but I'm sure there was, man. There's been a lot. They haven't sold out like necessarily every place as far as like what they book, but they have been, getting close. I mean, it's like they miss it by 200, 500, something like that. I mean, even now, think about it. When they say ticket sales are lagging, they've sold 37,000 of 42,000 available. So when they say only 5,000 haven't been sold on each night. Again, this is where they're saying we're having issues. But you've already sold 37,000 at the prices you were gouging people with.
Well, I think one of the reasons why they are saying that as well is because most of the tickets that I believe it's on Ticketmaster that are available for WrestleMania, and I'm just gonna go in it right now. Let's say the Saturday, right? I'm just gonna go on Saturday. I think the ones you might, sorry if you see the reflection on my glasses, but if you look at it, a lot of the seats that are pending to be sold, I believe, are the no, well, damn, look, damn, no, it looks bad. So if you look at Saturday's showing, damn, Sean, it looks bad, man. How do I share my screen with you? Can I share my screen with you? This is crazy. This does look a little bit, not good for WWE. Can I share my screen with you or I can't? Maybe I can. Let me see. Share screen. Yeah, I think I can. All right, check this out. Let me see if I can share this with you.
Yeah, hit the little bottom part. There you go. Yep.
Look what I'm sending you.
Okay, hold on.
This is insane because this is just Saturday, and this is on Ticketmaster. So I don't know if it's just people reselling it.
I'm just putting this on the screen over us for right now. Just so
That's fine. That's fine.
There we go.
So look at all the blue. That is insane. If you're looking at that, and then look, I'm just gonna zoom in. All right, and let's see. Let's go to Sean. Where would you like to sit, sir? Where would we sit?
Where's the ring?
Here's the ring right there. There's the ring right there.
I'd probably be those two blue seats right there.
These?
No, these right there.
Wait, hold on. I can't see. I don't know
where the ring is. Where the ring
Here's
is.
the ring. Here's the ring. You see my mouse, right?
Go down. Go down.
Okay. Okay.
Down.
Oh, these.
Down. Yep.
Okay. Let's see how much they're going for. Oh my! Hold on.
Yeah, $2,400. No, thank you.
$2,409.60. Damn. And that's not even VIP, bro.
You know what I would tell somebody when they tell me those seats? Kiss my ass.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I wanted. And this is only for Saturday, bro. Jesus, my computer's acting up. Jesus. All right, here we go. Oh my God. All right, man. Screw this. I'm already getting mad. Let's see. You know what? Let's do this. Let's say best seats. $16,000. Where are these seats located? Oh man, look at that. You gotta be dead center right there in that side right there. Oh my God. All right, bro. I'm done with that. $16,000. Go kiss my ass for that shit. I'm not paying that crap. All right, you can take that. You can take that screen. Just looking at this is making you give me a headache, man. Just looking at these prices, it's just hurting my eyes already. It's pretty bad, Sean. Not good, not good. But there you go, my friend. 16,000, 2,000. It's not good. No bueno, my friend. And like you said, Sean, they lower the prices, bro. I know it's WrestleMania, but it's not the WrestleMania. Hey, 2-night SummerSlam, same shit as WrestleMania. 2-night WrestleMania, right? Same crap.
Yeah.
Nothing changes. So
here it is. For this is WrestleMania Saturday, so that'd be night 1, right? Yes. There is 6,500. This is as of 5 days ago. There's 6,546 available tickets. The current setup is for 43,416. There's also 1,100 combo tickets. They've distributed 35,690 tickets already. Cheapest ticket available, standard admission, is $202. That's down from $266.80. And cheapest available combo, $392, is down from $738.75. That's for Saturday. Now Sunday, they've got 5,864 tickets available. Combo tickets, $1,180. Current setup is for $43,416. They've distributed 36,372, and the prices notably stay the same.
wow, it's bad, man. It's just when I look.
We say it's bad, but they've got 36,000 at the prices we're talking about. Think about it, only 2 seats were available in that row. That's $2,500 a seat.
Yeah, shit. A lot of people are paying bread for that, man. That's crazy, dude.
Dude,
And that was just Saturday too.
Yeah, I mean, you're not, if you're not lowering these prices, I mean,
it's pretty bad.
Hold on,
no bueno.
Let me see if I can find a.
You guys
find a recent AEW pay-per-view.
Go to All In, the one in Texas, because that was like their WrestleMania, right? If you go to there's a podcaster. His name is Troy Dan. I've never heard of him. He actually went to both WrestleMania last year, and he went to the AEW All In Texas, and he tells the difference in prices and his experience of what you get. So, plugging him. Shout out to Troy Dan. Hopefully, he supports our podcast. But if you go to him, he has a video of when he went to WrestleMania, and you'll see the experience of what you pay for. So if he pays $4, $5, $7, $8 grand, then it'll tell you who you meet.
All In was 2025, or was it already this year?
2025, because it was in Texas. It's taxes, and people will find a way. Hey, you're getting $1,000 more for tax, right? That's what I heard, apparently.
All right, so here, this is AEW Revolution, which is Sunday, March 15th.
Okay.
Their setup is 10,137. They got 765 tickets available. Cheapest ticket available, $34.83.
Compared to $200 something for WrestleMania. I mean, think about it, guys. I was looking at SmackDown because SmackDown was in Emirates Bank, back in Fort Lauderdale, and to sit in the lower sections, you were paying about $400, $500, like just to, and you're not in the first row or anything like that. You were down, but you weren't all the way down. So I was like, man, this is expensive, dude. And then I was looking at all the way in the top, and it was going for like 100 or something. And I was like, damn, for a SmackDown? I was like, I know it's 3 hours, but jeez Louise. $200, $100, $120, $130 just to get in for SmackDown, and you're sitting all the way in the boondocks? Ugh. What are you thinking about, Sean? Sean looks very, very like in
no, I was looking back at the AEW All In Texas. They had a setup for 18,000. At the time when this was, they had about 10,000 tickets. So they had about 8,000 tickets available. But I'm trying to read through everything to find the pricing. I don't see it. So
At the end of the day, we know that it was a lot. It was cheaper than WWE.
Oh no,
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
definitely.
The front rows are a little bit more pricier. I mean, are going to be up there in price. But I remember, so I went to AEW Dynamite. I think it was like either last year or the year before, and I was sitting on the, I think it was second or third row, and that I went with my brother. And the tickets for me to sit on the second row, I was in the second row. I think they cost me each. They cost me like about 200, like 200, $225 each one. So I spent like about $500 or so, close to 500 with taxes and fees. But I was sitting 2 rows from actual ringside, so it wasn't bad, and it was Dynamite, so it wasn't like anything crazy. So, but it was worth it. It was fun, and it wasn't that expensive. So they can't afford to raise the prices. No, they cannot. But here's my question: I'm shocked that a lot of people have not gone ahead and taken advantage. Like AEW has not taken advantage of the prices of WWE to the point where they've gained more fans. Like they stayed stagnant. I was watching, when the Monday Night Wars was happening between WCW and WWE, and one of the things that you WCW took advantage of was, hey, let's make it different. Let's make it more for the fans. Let's make it live. Let's make it thing. And they started to bring in. They even were bringing in the talent, the Hulk Hogan's, the Randy Savage, the Ric Flairs, all that back over to the WCW world, and they were getting some success. AEW kind of has done that too, not with their biggest draws, but definitely they've brought in Bobby Lashley, Ricochet. They brought in, they had Adam Copeland. They brought a couple of those guys, and you haven't had the same type of like vibe where the people are buying into the AEW. They just have
Yes,
stuck to the WWE world.
yeah, because WWE's conditioned their fans entertainment. AEW still, although they have gotten better, they still want to be different. WCW was just WWE South. They did the same. It was still it was the same concept. The problem was where AEW wants to be different. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. The problem is WWE fans are conditioned to a certain product.
Okay, hold on a
And
second.
when you watch AEW, that's not what you're seeing on Monday and on Friday and on Tuesday. It's not.
Okay, WCW. What was the same from between WCW or what were they doing different than WWE? They were going live while WWE was doing taping, right? They
Well, at
were
the
go
beginning, yes. At the beginning, yes.
they were they were going to bigger venues than WWE was, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No,
WWE, yes.
they're going
WWE,
to the same ones, basically. Greensboro Coliseum, they were going to a lot of the
I thought
similar
they had
ones.
more seats at the WCW. Like, they were going to bigger venues in order for to give more fans more seating than the WWE ones. That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Well, no, because WWE back in the day didn't go to
Yes, they didn't
the
go to the big.
arenas. They went to the pavilions. They went to the smaller places, whereas WCW was going to the Greensboro Coliseum, which once WWE went live, they started kind of going in the same pattern because they went larger as well.
Okay. Um, and then obviously what I mentioned, that they brought a lot of the old talent from the WWE world. They were hiring them into the
Yep.
WCW world, but there really wasn't, like, there were still same storylines. Kind of, I mean, they still had entertainment ahead of wrestling. Although the cruiserweight division, like the Dean Malenkos, the Rey
Yeah, no, they
Mysterios,
brought
those,
them in for that reason to be the concept from ECW at the time, and they saw what they were doing there, so they brought those guys in to give you the wrestling. So the wrestling fans would be there, the entertainment fans would clamor to the Hogans and the bigger guys, and then you'd have the great matches with Malenko, Jericho,
yeah.
Psychosis, Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, all those Benoit, however you want to look at it, all those guys were there to wrestle matches in the between the card, between the entertainment.
So then, why hasn't AEW? What has AEW done different than WWE as far as like just the entertainment? Is that what you feel like they've done different? Because I feel that they are doing their. I think they're trying to do storylines. I just think that they suck
No,
at
they're
it.
doing storylines, but they're doing storylines through wrestling. not through entertainment.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's I'm
Well, they
better than
did.
you.
Well,
I
they
have to win this, which is one of your topics, the whole Swerve Strickland thing. It was about I have to be the best, and you're in my way, which is a great storyline.
but it's a wrestling story.
But it's wrestling. It's I'm gonna whoop your ass in the ring or out of the ring, whatever I got to do to take you out. But there's no like with the bloodline. That's also where WWE slacked off a little bit too, is they're not a long storytelling anymore. Think about the layers that went through like the bloodline, Seth and CM Punk. But a lot of the stuff too with what they got going on today was laid back then. The whole CM Punk Roman thing, Cody and Drew was touched on a few times. It's they go back. They kind of lay Easter eggs, and then you got to remember, like, oh, okay, and that's why the way you watch WWE is a little different than AEW, because I don't think AEW's got to the part to where they're necessarily now again.
They've had moments though.
Let me. MJF lays Easter eggs.
Okay, I was gonna say because
there's guys that do, but again, for the most part, it's where the best wrestle.
Yeah, because
right,
one of the biggest.
But MJF is the most entertaining person there, and who's the most over there?
MJF.
Think about it. You know
because,
what I'm saying?
Because one of the biggest pops that we had, and we had that huge debate, was when Adam Cole teamed up with MJF, and they would do these crazy things outside of the wrestling world, right?
Yeah,
and then they danced and all that, and I was like, why the hell are these guys dancing and all that stuff?
Yes.
But why doesn't Tony Khan do that? And
then they start chanting what? Kangaroo kick, kangaroo kick, kangaroo kick, and it's like, bro,
I'm loving it. I bought the kangaroo kick shirt.
But it brings the fans into it more than them just saying holy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean to say it the way it's gonna come off, because I don't discredit any of the wrestlers. They are men or women.
Yeah.
Kick ass in the ring. Inside the ropes, there's nothing wrong with AEW. But again, this is what I said to you before. If I want to watch wrestling, you can get the same style of show at a CCW show.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And so now you're just trying to magnify that. I'm not saying this in a bad way. Everybody there is more athletic than I'll ever be or ever been. But to get somebody to tune in and week out, think of your favorite TV show. Why do you tune in every week? Why do they get you to make sure, or DVR the day you're going to be out so you don't miss anything? Because you invest in something to do with the show. Some character has hooked you. And that's the problem that they have when MJF leaves.
Either some character hooks you into it, or something in the production hooks you up. So, for example, I'm a big fan, and don't criticize me, guys. Jesus, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'm a fan of Naked and Afraid. I don't know if you've ever seen that show.
My wife watches it every Sunday.
Okay, we're hooked into Naked and Afraid because of the concept, right? The concept is, hey, you're there, you're naked, you got to survive 14 or 21 days and all that stuff. So you want to see if somebody's going to be able to last that. And then when you see old familiar faces, like what they're doing is that they used to give them 2 tools. Now they're not giving it any tools. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm hooked into it. That, I don't know how you would call it. I guess the way the programming of the show is, I guess AEW doesn't do that, because and this would be a good segue to one of the topics that you wanted to talk about, which was what was it? Let me go back to it. AEW
repeat the same mistake.
And I think the reason you asked that is because you sent me something earlier, right? And what you sent me earlier, and I took a photo of it, and I wanted to share with you guys, is that you sent me something saying AE stars who've been off TV longer than I realized. And these are all the guys. So these and girls. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage have been out for 6 months. Brian Cage, 11 months. Britt Baker, 15 months. Buddy Matthews, 12 months. Chris Jericho, 10 months. Hikaru Shida, 15 months. Jay White, 11 months. Keith Lee, 26 months. Nyla Rose, 15 months. What is going on over there, bro?
And they're still under contract. Like, I don't understand how, like, especially Keith Lee, 26 months. Like,
That's 2 years.
I mean, unless he's injured, I don't know. Again, I know he was,
That's becoming
but it's
2
like,
years.
how long do you freeze these contracts for? Like, they're still under contract with him?
What is going on here? 2 years, dude, and you're still paying them? Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's just bad business, dude.
They're paying you to stay home, man. That's the best thing. That's what happened when WCW went out of business. This is the funniest thing I've ever heard. What they did was WCW was paying most of your mid-card and low-card guys through them. Those are the contracts Vince got. He didn't get the guys that were being paid by Turner through Turner Broadcasting.
Because they're through the roof.
Because, one, they were through the roof, and none of those guys showed up until their contracts ran out. So that's why when they did the invasion angle, it was like Booker T and Sean Stasiak and Billy Kidman. Not that they're bad.
No.
But
But
it
they
wasn't
weren't
the
the
names
stars,
because
yeah.
they didn't have those contracts because they were signed to Turner. And Hogan and all of them are like, I'm just going to sit home for 12 to 15 months and just, they owe me the money. So they're going to pay because they're guaranteed.
Well, that's another thing, right? And similar to what, and again, I'm referring back to WCW and all that stuff because I just saw that like a documentary of it.
Mhm.
But there were also that when Hogan, Ric Flair, when all those guys, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, when all them made their way to the WCW world, they had that click and they were kind of controlling the asylum, right? They were the ones that were holding it down, and they didn't want anybody to take a bad hit and lose to an up and comer. That's why Jack Hacksaw Jim Duggan beat Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin never was able to go up. He eventually got injured, and then he got his papers through FedEx, which eventually led him to go to
Well,
ECW.
Then also he went to Eric Bischoff and he said, I just want to wear black tights and boots and wrestle. And Eric Bischoff told him, nobody will ever pay you money for that. Nobody will pay money to see that.
Yeah, but you could have at least, if Eric Bischoff would have been smart, he'd be like, how about we work together and try to get you a gimmick that will actually make you sellable to the
But
crowd.
they did that gimmick and it made him Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, no, well, the
Think about it. He was brought in as the ringmaster.
yeah.
And he was like, why don't you let me talk to Vince? He was like, why don't you let me talk? I can talk. I don't need Ted DiBiase to be this guy and this and that. And then he's like, okay, we're going to give you a chance, but you got to come up with a name. And the wife was English. Is that what it is? Because she's like, drink your coffee before it gets stone cold, or drink your tea before it gets stone cold. And he was like, that's it. Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then luck have it. He's wrestling Jake the Snake Roberts, who's on a coming back. He's found, the Lord and preaching everything else.
Yep.
And he cut a promo on Jake, on Stone Cold because Stone Cold busted his lip, had to go to the hospital to get stitches during the event, got back, and as he was walking to the ring, Michael Hayes, at the time was known as Doc Hendricks, said, hey, Jake Roberts cut a promo on you talking about all the Bible and things like that.
Yeah.
And after you win, we're going to have you say something. And then that's when Stone Cold wins. He goes up to the thing. He says, John 3:16, said this and this. Well, Austin 3:16 says, I just whooped your ass.
Yep.
And it was over from there. It was
over.
signs. It was everything else.
316 became the biggest t-shirt merch sold.
Allow guys to be themselves and turn it up, a lot of people will surprise you.
Yeah.
The problem is you try to fit them into, oh, we need you to be a hockey player. We need you to be a clown. We need you to be the repo man. We need you to, no, dude, that's cartoon 80s shit. And that's where Vince was having the problem. I need Dr. Isaac Yankem. What? Oh, you know what? Nash Hall just left. All right, I got a better idea. We'll bring out a fake Razor and a fake Diesel.
Oh, that was so terrible.
And all this is Glenn Jacobs was Dr. Isaac Yankem. Glenn Jacobs was the fake Diesel. And then you don't know what to do with them. And all of a sudden, The Undertaker goes down and wrestles him and is like, we need to bring that guy up. And he becomes Kane. You had him under 4 or 5 different gimmicks before you figure out that, hey, let's make him Kane.
But I think that's where AEW falls short, because it feels like AEW tries a gimmick with them, and if it fails, they don't try to revamp that wrestler to be something different. They kind of just push him to the side, or they'll stick him in Ring of Honor and call it a night. And I think that's where it hurts.
Guys, whereas with like Swerve, you asked about Swerve with the move. I think it's to freshen him up. It's a refresh. And then also with MJF as the lead heel, who's the second heel there right now?
It's Swerve now.
You got the Don Callis family, but I mean, they're just I don't know what they are. There's a bunch of guys there.
Yeah,
and
Kyle Fletcher, they made the Young Bucks back to being babies. The FTR is kind of a heel, but they're kind of sucking really bad right now when it comes to.
They're the champions.
I'm not feeling this heel move by them. They've been with Stokely, and it's just for me, it's not selling as much. But then you have, Kyle Fletcher was riding high, and he's a great wrestler, but it seems like he always falls behind because of the Don Callis and all the people in there.
He needs to break away from them.
Look at Okada. Where the hell is he? I don't know. And now that they got Andrade El Idolo, so they're pushing him, which is great. And he has the potential. I mean, I don't know if you saw the house show where the girl
that was with MJF doing the yeet too as well on Zilla Fatu.
So they went ahead and they did a kick to the face to one of the fans to the girl, but obviously I think she had to be part of the show because
it was a stage. I think she's like somebody getting trained or something.
But so you're pushing these guys, but then you fall back and you're like, you move some of these guys and you don't do nothing with them, and I think that's where your whole concept of like, are they gonna go ahead and fall to their old habits and their old ways where you're not gonna see anything more from AEW. You're not gonna see, they're gonna keep making those mistakes that at the end of the day drives fans away, because you're like, man, I was so invested on Sammy Guevara. Where the hell is he now? You know? Or, oh man, I was so invested on Okada. Where the hell is he now? Like, it just Tony Storm, and I know they're pushing the whole crap out of her and Orange Cassidy, but let's keep it real. She has kind of gone down a little bit now.
Yeah, because there's no antagonist anymore for that character. That was Mariah May.
Or Mercedes Moné, and Mercedes Moné is out. Yeah. So
you could probably push it a little bit more, Mercedes, but there'll never be. The problem is, like, I almost feel like Tony Storm needs to revamp the timeless thing. It won't work again because you ran that so well with Mariah May, Blake Monroe, whatever you want to call her, that it's just not going to go the same way.
But the thing is,
please hit the like button, hit the like, subscribe, whatever you got going on there.
Where can Tony go after Timeless Tony?
Go psychotic and turn heel and just start choking bitches.
Choke them hoes. I guess. I guess. I mean,
you gotta do something at this point. I don't know, because like there's nobody there for her to be that timeless Tony Storm character that feeds off of it. There's no,
because look at Becky Lynch. Look at Becky Lynch is the IC champion, and even though she's the IC champion, she's cutting way better promos than Jay Cargill. I can tell you that much. She's wrestled a my bad for cursing, a shitload more than Jay Cargill.
But the IC champion is the wrestling champion. That is, if you're the IC champ, you have to wrestle.
Well, that's another thing. Like I was looking at it. Wasn't there like a 30-day rule back in the day that if you're a
back in the day,
champion,
that day was
they need to put that implement that on Jay Cargill,
and it already passed.
They need to implement that on Jay Cargill. How many days has she gone without defending that belt over there?
Don't think about it. When has Drew, like, they don't defend their titles at all. Like, none of them have defended a title.
And again, it's just, man, I don't get it. But look at Becky. Becky's, and you don't have to defend it. Just show up and do. If you're good at promos, you're gonna gain the crowd. Look, I'll tell. And there's two things I've realized in wrestling. Obviously, you got to be a good wrestler. But number one, if I ever was to become a wrestler, I would be a very, very late bloomer when it comes to wrestling. But I would have to have a kick-ass song to come in. Like, My boy
And a
Ricky.
mask.
But look at Ricky Sosa. If you guys haven't heard of Ricky Sosa, he has one of the best entrances. Look at Trick Williams. Whoop that trick. If you have a sick ass entrance, they're gonna like you. Then you gotta be able to cut a promo. You gotta be able to talk on that mic, and you gotta be able to sell yourself. Either be a baby or be a heel, and win the crowd over. And then the wrestling kicks in, right? That's how I feel. Like if I was to become a wrestler, that's how I feel I would train. Like, all right, I gotta have a sick ass song. What song can I come out? I would have to ask Sammy. Sammy, I need you to do me a song for me, bro. That way it'd be a kick ass song for me for my entrance. And it has to be catchy. That way the whole crowd can go along with it. That's how I feel, man.
On the chant, Frankie Fresco. Frankie Fresco.
If you guys
Frankie Fresco.
look at that
Frankie
Ricky Sosa guy, bro.
Fresco.
I told people right now, Ricky Sosa needs to get signed by WWE. Throw him in NXT, because NXT, in my opinion, has been lackluster in the men's division. I'm not feeling NXT anymore.
NXT is going to start becoming because as soon as you're making anything above your worth, TKO is probably going to push him up.
Well, did you hear about Tony Khan? That Tony Khan is, I think, now going to do the same thing with Ring of Honor, that they're going to focus more on making Ring of Honor like NXT. That's actually
finally.
That's what he officially said.
I said it before. They need to make it a developmental thing. I know now they're getting a building to just record in. They're going to do it out of a TV studio, WJCT in Jacksonville, I think it is, or something.
Yeah. Yes, no doubt. I am a DJ, but I do produce some music here and there, but I don't know. I would have to be catchy. I don't know. I have to sit down, think. I wonder if I had like a DJ gimmick as a wrestler, but I don't think that would work. You know what I would do though? If I was fighting,
you know who had a DJ gimmick?
There was somebody before with a DJ.
Robbie
gimmick.
E.
And how did it go for him?
You know what he does now?
Probably
He's the interim GM of NXT.
There you go. I mean, all I know is that if I'm a DJ and my character was a DJ out there, I would always bring out headphones. And then, like, if I would have a street fight, I would definitely bring out like a fake vinyl and vinyl and hit people with vinyls, or have a turntable, like a fake turntable or something, and smack them in the face with it or something like that. I would have to do crazy stuff with DJ gear if I'm a DJ and I'm in a street fight. I got to. There's no other. I don't know what else to do. I mean, get a mic, start rapping. I don't know. Do something out there. And my interest for WrestleMania would be like head movers everywhere going wild, and maybe do like a DJ like entrance and stuff. I don't know. I would have to do some crazy stuff out there, Sean.
What would your finish be?
Has to be something with DJ in it. What is it?
No. It should be the turntable spin. It'd be the airplane spin that Mike Rotundo used to use or something.
Hey man, see, that's why I need Sean on my corner, because not only would DJs also have their openers, so maybe Sean would be my opener, and then I would come in afterwards. You know that you see how crazy it is, because we do get openers when we're out.
Wait, I'm opening for you?
Yes. Remember, when it comes to DJ, sir, I'm a little bit over you. When it comes to wrestling, you're way over me. But when it comes to DJ, I'm what the people want to see. You're the opener though, but you built them up for me. You know, that's how it would work out there, sir. I'm just saying. You're building them up for me, and don't put that emotional. Don't play that. Don't play that.
I'm not.
Because I'm already thinking what you're doing, or don't put the Paul Heyman on me either.
I'm not gonna put the Paul Heyman. No, I won't do that to you, man. No.
But at the end of the day, yeah, we can still work it together. I'll be the DJ. You'll be my opener. I gotta teach Sean how to DJ though. There's some maybe, like a Carl Cox type of vibe. I think that would fit Sean. I think the Carl Cox would fit you. What are you looking at? You seem like you're intense. You're looking for something, Sean. What is this, sir? Is this Sean Stanley?
That's Sean Stanley in the gimmick with my mask. The black heart.
Damn. Look at that. Look at that sexy body. No homo. The can opener. No doubt. You're such an idiot. Opening a can of whoop ass. Hell yeah. There you go. All right, sir. Anything else you want to talk about AEW? I know we talked about.
Yeah, man, because technically you're wrong at what I wanted to talk about.
Okay, talk to me. What's going on? What's the mistake?
So that they might make again. So here it is. Championship match at Revolution.
Uh-oh.
Hangman Adam Page has proposed a Texas death match
Uh,
against MJF
yeah, I heard about this.
with the added stipulation that if Hangman loses, whoop, sorry, hit the wrong button. If Hangman loses, he can never challenge for the AEW World Championship again.
Cody Rhodes vibes, right? Like,
Yes. Like,
yeah.
why can't you do what they did back in the day? They used to do this, honestly. But this was a caveat. You cannot challenge for the title as long as I'm the champion.
Yes.
But then what happens is, say Hangman Adam Page loses this, right? And he can't challenge for a title. This is what Dusty Rhodes did. He became the Midnight Rider and he cost Ric Flair the title. Then Dusty Rhodes was able to challenge for the title again. Storyline, entertainment, that's the value. Like, I don't understand why we have to keep putting the forever in this thing. Like, ever, like again, it's like, so we're going to do the same thing to Hangman that you did to Cody? It didn't work the first time. Why is it going to work this time?
The only way this could work, Sean, is like what you said. He would have to come up with a completely new gimmick. Cody was not willing to do that. Cody was not willing to go ahead and become a heel and maybe change his whole name, his brand, and everything and become a heel.
No, but that doesn't allow you to go for the title if you just change your thing.
Why
What I'm
not?
saying is Dusty became the Midnight Rider, which was a guy with a mask on, and he came to the ring on a horse. Like
Mhm.
he was a masked gimmick. And then he beat Ric Flair for the title. And they said, you have to unmask if you want to keep the title. If not, you have taken the title from Ric Flair, and we will have to give the title back to him. But it did count as you beating him for the title.
Yeah,
So
but
what they did was they put the title back up in a match. And of course, the match was Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes.
But here's the thing. If you change your brand, if you change your name, you could say, hey, I'm no longer Cody Rhodes. I'm now blase blase. Now you could give them an excuse. And then all of a sudden, you could even carry it even to a storyline where it says, hey, technically on the paperwork, it says that he cannot challenge as Cody Rhodes. He could challenge as whoever he else is. You could
So
do
you're
that.
like, I'm not Cody Rhodes anymore. I'm Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, something like that. And again, it's a storyline that you go and you're like, holy crap. And again, the entertainment piece.
I mean,
I
if they
think-
work it that way, maybe. But what are you gonna do with Hangman Adam Page? What the hell is he gonna become?
Man,
Surfer?
that's the crazy part because he's always the cowboy, right? That's his gimmick. And
Because the thing is too, though, is you almost lock yourself into. Does MJF lose a title?
I don't know, man. I mean, I think if he loses the title, that's a kind of short run for him as the champion.
Yeah,
too.
especially with the way everything's going right now for them.
Yeah. The only way would be if somebody crosses him. And I guess that would be only the only way. Like maybe if Brody King comes in and interferes again or something.
Well, remember when that happened with Cody, MJF was the one that cost Cody.
There you
That was
go.
when MJF was a good guy, and then he turned. That's when the MJF came out.
That's the only way, but it would have to lead for MJF to lose and then Hangman to win again. But again, that whole scenario of playing the safe, like again, we want Hangman to be the champion. Like it sucks, but it feels like both brands. One of them does really good job with entertainment, with storylines and stuff like that, but they're lackluster. They're repeating stuff. Look, we talked about it at the very beginning. The gobbledygooker, like it's very similar to what happened with that stupid box. Like, why you come with some originality? Come with something different. You have so many things now that you could use to make your storylines to make it more entertaining. You got social media. You got all this stuff. Look, the first thing that came to my head when I saw The Undertaker come out with AJ Styles was that COVID match where I think it was WrestleMania when it was during COVID year that they had that dramatic fight. Remember when it was him and they were like in a dark area and all this fight and all that stuff. That stood out because that was different. I haven't seen that, or at least I had not seen that before. So it reminded me of it, and it actually was one of my favorite matches in that COVID WrestleMania. I said, "Oh, this match is actually pretty cool compared to the other ones." So when you come up with some creativity, especially in today's world, dude, come on, man, just ask AI. Or you know what? You don't even have to ask AI. You know who you could ask? The guy above me. The guy above me always comes up with great freaking ideas. How come people can't come up with ideas that the guy above me actually can go ahead and create? And that's where I feel AEW and WWE lackluster, because the WWE side, it's the same repetitive stories over and over and over again. And then the AEW side is like, hey, kind of the same thing. And then the same guys over and over being the winners. Hangman running it back with MJF. We already saw it. Why couldn't it have been Andrade Ligolo against MJF? That would have been something fresh. It just doesn't. It's just it seems like they're being lazy, and it's hurting the wrestling fans, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't watch AEW Dynamite. I don't sit there and watch AEW Dynamite. I record it and I fast forward through the segments that I want to see and that I don't want to see, and I watch the ones that I do, because it's not something that really like catches my eye. I wanted to see Swerve against Kenny Omega. That was a hell of a match.
Hell of a match.
Hell of a match. Did I care about any of the other stuff that was happening? Not really. Not really. Just enjoy the show. Hangman Adam Page becomes what? I don't know how you say that.
Guillotine Man Johnny Cage.
That's not bad, Johnny Cage. They'll never give us everything we want. That's true. That's
No,
true.
because the problem the two is, and I see it from both wide, because again, if they give us everything we want, what's going to want more?
Yeah, that's true. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to give us everything. Just give us a piece of it. Just give us something. Give us something to be invested in. It just seems right now we're
they
not.
Do it every once in a while, but yeah. So, all right, let's get into our Elimination Chamber picks.
Go for it.
And also, don't forget, pre and post with 2 Raw for SmackDown this weekend, before and after. I haven't specified times yet, but be on the lookout. Make sure you check out.
Well, Adrian's on the chat board. Where you at, Adrian?
I don't want to put him on the spot like
I
that.
put him on the spot. That's what we do here. I put him on the spot. What's up? Where you at? What time are we doing? Are we doing it, or is it at the regular start time, or is it gonna be later down in the afternoon? That way it could just follow the Elimination Chamber.
Sorry, Adrian. Sorry, my fault.
No, I don't give nothing to Adrian. I want to see Adrian. I put him on the spot. That's how I roll.
I hope he comes in with a chair and just wallops your ass. All right, let's go Elimination Chamber. We'll start with the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch takes on AJ Lee.
Look, man, I'm a big fan of AJ Lee. I'm a huge fan of Becky Lynch. I think AJ Lee had the upper hand last time when she teamed up with CM Punk. They beat Becky and they beat Seth. I think at the end of the day, I think Becky wins this. I think she keeps this heel run. I think she has to have the IC belt going into WrestleMania. And I think AJ Lee takes an L on this one. And it's in Chicago. So I just don't feel that it would make sense to give the fans what they want, which is a win for a Chicago native when it comes to CM Punk, and then CM Punk's girl, AJ Lee as well. No, I got to pick one. I'm going to say one of them wins and the other one doesn't. I have to choose one. I'm going to go Becky Lynch pulls the upset, even though she's the champion.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you on this one, but I think there's going to be some shenanigans of Becky Lynch holding the ropes or something to where they're able to run it back at WrestleMania. And then I think AJ Lee gets the win there.
So you're going
this is kind of the appetizer.
So we're both
so
picking
I'm also
Becky?
going Becky Lynch on this one, yep.
Okay.
CM Punk versus Finn Balor for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, I'll tell you right now, CM Punk, because they're not messing up CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I think Finn Balor will give a great showing. in a way, I almost want something to happen with the Judgment Day coming down to try to help and costing Finn Balor, and then keep that storyline going because we know where CM Punk's heading next, and maybe you set up for Judgment Day explosion at WrestleMania for the IC title with Dom and Finn against each other at WrestleMania, and then maybe make it a triple threat and throw JD McDonough in there as well. He's a little hard-headed. He might make it happen. But I'm going to go CM Punk, wins it in Chicago, and then he's going to look at AJ Lee and call her a loser.
I gotta agree with you. What I would hope to happen would be that Finn Balor would win. And some way, somehow, we would get a triple threat match between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Finn Balor at WrestleMania, but that's not going to happen. The other option is what Adrian just mentioned, which is Dom versus Finn at WrestleMania, which I think that could happen, and I think people would be invested in it.
I just said that.
Yeah, you also said it too. So Dom gets involved.
Gives everybody credit but me.
Costs, obviously, Finn Balor the belt, and Finn is fed up, has a tantrum, and says, "Hey, I'm going now after your IC belt." And we see Dom versus Finn at WrestleMania. But yeah, there's no way CM Punk loses in Chicago. Come on, man. It's CM Punk, bro. Chicago. They'll have a riot out there, bro.
And especially since there's not, I guess again,
Unless
you could
Seth
have him,
comes.
you could have him drop the belt like the Raw before WrestleMania, like tease like, oh my God, it's going to be Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. But does that sell tickets or does that have people sell tickets?
The only way they could do this is if, for example, CM Punk loses some way and then they get a rematch, right? Like,
well, no, but that's what I'm saying. They can do it right all the way up to before WrestleMania. But again, if it's not CM Punk versus Roman, do you think people will buy more tickets, or you think people start selling their tickets that they already bought?
They're gonna sell them shits. Yeah, they're gonna sell them. The only way. I'm thinking if you bring in Seth Rollins, some way, somehow involved in this, maybe. But then the problem is Finn Balor versus Roman doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Finn Punk. I don't want to invent stuff. We always do this. We start thinking outside the box.
Again, we know how it's going to work, but we'll talk ourselves into a great show somehow. Our show will be better than any other show that's going to happen.
Like who says it? I think Big O says it. Keep it simple, stupid, right?
Yeah.
CM Punk wins.
Tiffany Stratton versus Rhea Ripley versus Alexa Bliss versus Asuka versus Kiana James versus Raquel Rodriguez in the women's elimination chamber. Winner goes on to face right now Jade Cargill.
Okay, so this one is interesting because I don't think Alexa Bliss is gonna win. I don't think Rhea Ripley's gonna win. I don't think Asuka's gonna win. And I don't think Kiana James is gonna win. My toss-up is between Tiffany and Raquel. And I think this is the right moment for Raquel to get her opportunity. And what better way to lead up to WrestleMania than to have Liv Morgan and Raquel both from the Judgment Day win at WrestleMania, and they both have the belts on each show. I'm gonna go with Raquel, baby. Let's go, Raquel. I'm way off. Raquel's not gonna win it, but I'm going with Raquel.
Listen, man, I like your way of thinking because I'm thinking this is what's going to happen. I'm thinking Alexa Bliss wins this. And we've already seen the stare downs that Charlotte's been having with Jade Cargill. And so I think there's going to be an influence there somehow to where we get a triple threat at WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair. So that's going to be the way I go with this because I got to believe Alexa has to win her way into the match before Charlotte can do the whole conniving thing with her best buddy. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go Alexa Bliss.
No luck that Kiana James wins? No.
That'd be, dude, let me tell you something. The more I watch her, she's pretty good inside the ring.
Dude, she's going to surpass Julia. She already has.
Yeah. I just don't know what happens. Like, again, I think they put the veterans in with her more than like, and I don't say Raquel, I know is a veteran, but I think it's going to be people that can keep Jade in the match, not turn into a complete, chaotic, you know, botch fest somehow, one after the other. So that's where I'm going. Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso. The men's elimination match. I have my two I wish would win it, but I don't think either stand a chance. But that's Javon Evans and Trick Williams. I just think it's too soon for Trick. And I heard this somehow they're thinking of making it and this is where I want to see how they position this. They're talking about making the belt at WrestleMania with Drew into a 5-way match.
Wow.
With Drew, Cody, Randy. They threw LA Knight in there as well, but I'm not sure how they get him from Raw. And one more, I forgot who the other person was. But I'm very interested to see how all of this plays out. Because, again, to me, the first 3 names are like the 3 that stick out winning it. I just don't know if Triple H and WWE Creative have the balls to have LA Knight win this.
So you're going with?
Or do they go the safe route and we get Cody and Drew? And then you throw Jacob Fatu was the other one that was on the list too. So Jacob was the 5th person that I was thinking of. Man, I just don't see how. I'm throwing a toss up 6'7", 6'7" of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes right now. I think they're going to go with Old Faithful. I think Cody pulls it off. Everybody's booing in Chicago at the end of this one, and everybody's pissed off and burning their WrestleMania gear by the end.
Okay. So you got Cody. So I'm going to put Cody, and I'm going to put Sean Cody. I'm not so sold on Javon Evans. You know me. I'm not a big Javon Evans. But I am a fan of Whoop That Trick. And if there was somebody I would love to win it, it would be Whoop That Trick. He is so over right now. It would be amazing. But like you said, it's just too soon for him. You got to give him at least a year before he could make a huge run. And I think they have obviously that's the star in the making. That's going to be a guy who's going to be in WWE for many years if they continue to use him the way he is. And he has the charisma for it. And that's why everybody's completely sold on Trick Williams. Sucks that it's not going to be him winning, though. Jey Uso was not supposed to be in this match, so cross him out. Javon Evans has potential. I just feel like he's too green. He still needs a lot to work, so not going to put him under. It's the other 3 guys that have me a little bit like, okay, who can I pick between these 3 guys? So you got Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. Now, here's my issue. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, how many times have we seen these guys go at it, bro? That's the annoying part. Because for me, safe route is Cody, but the fans are going to be tired of seeing Cody versus Drew. What would be this? The 4th match between those 2 guys?
At least, yeah.
So it's like, oh man, I don't want to see it, but can I really see LA Knight? Is LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre gonna be like a oh shit moment in WrestleMania? No, people are not gonna.
Not only that, and he's on Raw right now, so that's the odd thing is like you're having a SmackDown again. They can change brands. I understand that, but usually the winner is usually the one already on that brand.
So that leaves us with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. And the only way I could see Randy Orton winning this is a couple of weeks ago. He said he did confront Cody Rhodes, and he says that he is here for the belt. So this would mean that Cody Rhodes would get beat down by Randy Orton, and let the fans see if they're gonna boo Randy Orton or actually be happy at Randy Orton. And this could lead up to Randy versus Drew McIntyre with kind of like the edge of like, hey, is Randy Orton now it's gotten so big, so huge because of beating down Cody Rhodes, or are the people gonna boo the crap out of Randy Orton because he did that? I think that's the route they should go. But like No Doubt said it, keep it simple, stupid. They're gonna go with Cody. There's gonna be Cody Rhodes winning this crap, and I wish they would do something different. Again, I think it would be a perfect time for Randy Orton to turn on Cody, hit him, do an RKO and everything, and win it, and then feed us the Randy Orton that is like, the Viper, the guy who's gonna cutthroat, do whatever he needs to do in order to become a champion. And he has talked about it, saying that he wants to be a champion. He actually spoke about it, I think, this past week, especially after AJ Styles' retirement stuff. So I would love to see that, but I think they're gonna play safe. I think they're gonna go with Cody Rhodes, and unfortunately, I feel Cody Rhodes is gonna be the winner in this one. So it sucks. Just sucks. Now, you forgot one last thing, Sean.
Oh, did I?
We mentioned it at the beginning of the show.
Oh, yes. Jesus.
What the hell is that box going to be? So, in your opinion, elimination. So, we got our 4 matches, right? And our 5th is, what is that elimination box all about? What is it, Sean? What do you think is going to be inside that box that will wow us or make us want to turn off the damn TV and be like, of course, WWE sold us this huge thing, and they give us a gobbledygooker?
Well, we know it won't be the gobbledygooker this time, at least.
Hopefully not.
Although, what my sources are telling me go along the same lines or maybe worse.
Oh, no. Why are you shaking your head?
Can't believe I'm going to say this. Danhausen debuts in WWE.
I heard about that. I've been a little bit disappointed because I know that's one of CM Punk's buddies, right?
Hey, is Lesnar going to be at Elimination Chamber? No, right? That's not one of his days that's on the Raw thing, but is he going to be there?
Check out the dates.
It's not for it's Atlanta and then only Raw. Because that could be the thing to be like the challenge. Whoever's going to challenge, be some kind of big guy in there. They put out there, is there any monster that's ever beaten Lesnar that could be in the box?
All right, so Danhausen is one. If it is Danhausen,
he is CM Punk's buddy, and he loves unboxing.
Yes, that is true. I did read about this, so I was like, I'm not too sold on it.
I have no other honest, I'm trying to think, who's been away for a while? Who could it be? Think about the last time, actually, the last time they brought out the box, it was the late, great Terry Funk. Chainsaw Charlie. The chainsaw started cutting through the box when Mick Foley brought him back to team with him against the New Age Outlaws. So we know it's not Terry Funk this time, rest in peace, but
let me ask you this before I reveal what I think it is. Mm-hmm. What about if they trick us? Instead of opening the box, they open it and then there's another box inside of it. And they leave us with
says don't open till WrestleMania?
Yeah, something like that. Something that leaves us anticlimactic, thinking oh, great. Would you like that, or do you think that's too much?
No, dude, honestly, whatever they do, I'm probably gonna hate regardless. So I just don't like these type of things. It's what are we trying to do here, man? It's so we're to believe that somebody's been stuck in this box getting transported to and from arenas, and they're gonna show up if it's somebody or
I mean, the other possibility.
The only other thing that would surprise me is if Vincent Kennedy McMahon came out of that son of a bitch.
Or Chris Jericho, because everybody's hoping that it's Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but he's still under. I mean, I can't see AEW. I gotta believe when AEW does unfreeze his contract, everybody's gonna know, and it's still frozen. So I mean, unless they say, you know what, we're going to do it, and then we'll let the lawyers figure it out.
I'm gonna go on a limb, and I read this online, and I'm gonna go with it, and it's gonna be completely different. I think it, it's something stupid, but whatever. I want to be different. Why not?
Do it.
I say that they opened the box, and what we get in the box is the return of a belt, either the 24/7 belt or the Hardcore Championship belt, something there that was back in the day. So they bring it back, and I feel like R-Truth gets involved in this in some way, somehow. And all of a sudden, now we got R-Truth involved. That way, they could have R-Truth as well involved in WrestleMania some way, somehow. So
I believe he is a. Is he a 67-time 24/7 champion?
I don't know, but I would like either they bring back the Hardcore belt or they bring back the 24/7 belt, and then you bring back R-Truth and have him make his guest appearance up in WrestleMania. Why not? Why not? A little bit of WrestleMania for R-Truth for the fans. We can never go wrong with R-Truth, right? That way you don't disappoint the fans, and at the same time, you have something more to add to your WrestleMania to sell the 5,000 or 6,000 extra seats that they still need to sell at WrestleMania.
Okay, so he is a 54-time
Oof.
24/7 champion. He held the championship for a combined 425 days.
Let's do it. Bring it back. Bring the 24/7 belt
Yes,
back.
that's what we need, more titles.
Bring the 24/7 belt
Although
back.
the hardcore title did create a little bit of entertainment in the back because people would be walking around and all of a sudden a chair would just come out of nowhere and then they'd get pinned and then they'd stand up and run into a chair. And then it's just, you had 4 title changes in like 16 seconds.
Yes. And the 24/7 belt will do the same thing. So why not? Bring another belt. Screw it. Why not?
Let's bring them both back. What the hell?
Bring them both back. If you guys have any idea what the box is going to be, put your comments on the chat board and we'll read it as well. No Doubt says Alistair Overeem, Cain Velasquez, he might be in prison. No, Cain Velasquez actually is released. He's out. He's officially out.
Yep.
How the person in the box eats. What? How the person in the box eats is what you are struggling with about wrestling? What? What is he talking about?
I think he's talking about me when I said like we're supposed to believe that this guy's been in the box for all these trips around, and
well, that's a good point. That's why it shouldn't be a person, because then how the hell is that person just inside the box this whole time? Yeah. Where is he taking a shower? He must be stinky.
Well, maybe they open it up and it's the Brooklyn Brawler.
I don't know. It has to be. It has to make sense. So it probably
it's pro wrestling, man. It's not gonna make sense.
It probably won't make any sense.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be some kind of sponsor activation shit.
Oh my god, that would be so lame.
That's what it is. I mean, hell, you saw the commercial yesterday. Stephanie Vicaire doing her taxes. With, who else was it? LA Knight and was it Raquel? Or Rhea? One of them. I can't remember who else it was.
I remember.
There's 3 of them.
I mean, I thought there was one commercial where wasn't it Rhea, Bronson Reed? I think Liv Morgan. I don't remember. I don't pay attention to the commercials.
Probably.
Giant Pop-Tart from the Pop-Tart Bowl is in the box.
Oh, wearing his wrestling gear, ready to go.
That could be. That could definitely be. We're just gonna have to find out and see what is in the box.
You know what it might be? AJ Styles, but with a Z at the end of his name, because now he's a new AJ Styles with an S is retired. But AJ Styles with a Z gets to finish out his career.
So let me tell you what we hear here. A couple of things. I noticed I just brushed off what you just said. But
yeah, I did.
Still, sorry about that, Sean. All right, so here's
okay.
here. I went to sportsnout.com, and these are the 6 things that they predict. Chris Jericho, your prediction, Danhausen. My prediction, the new WWE Hardcore Championship belt. Broken Matt Hardy. and Brother Nero. The new WWE European title. And then they said something about Evil. What is this? Another individual who would be
Oh,
sent
he's
to
the
the
guy
auction.
from Japan that just left. I've heard his name too.
IWGP champion Evil. Who the hell is that guy? I don't know who that guy is. I would have to Google him. Maybe I do know him. It says he's a character that has also some supernatural elements to it. So the company leaning even further into that could be how they present him to North America audiences unfamiliar with his work. Is he good? Is he any good, Sean? Evil? Some guy named Evil?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was one of the top guys in NJPW, which is why they were upset he left.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's another option. And the funny part is that they put like the WWE flag, and they put like an evil color, like a black color. I guess this guy might be an option. I think that would be kind of lackluster. Um, let me look at this guy. Oh, okay. I've seen this guy before. This guy looks familiar. I've seen this guy before. Okay. All right. Well, those are our options. I think they'll go with a belt, man. Let's go with the hardcore belt. Bring back the hardcore belt. Hardcore belt. Hardcore belt. Or Danhausen. We will find out on Saturday, sir. 7 p.m. And when it comes to the pre-show, Adrian gave me the bad news. Seems like they're going to be doing it at 2 o'clock. So you won't see your boy Frankie Fresco, but you will see him in the post.
All right. Now you want some upsetting news?
Tell me.
CM Punk is a heavy favorite versus Finn Balor.
Of course.
AJ Lee is favored at minus 300 to defeat Becky Lynch, who's listed at plus 200.
I would take that Becky Lynch bet.
The men's elimination match. Everybody thinks like us. Cody Rhodes, the betting favorite. Randy Orton, LA Knight, and then Javon Evans, Jey Uso. And wow. For the women's side, oh, wow. Raquel Rodriguez holds a narrow edge. Tiffany Stratton right behind with a plus 150. Raquel Rodriguez at plus 140. Asuka is at plus 350. Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley are both 5-1. Kiana James, the long shot, at 12-1. And they don't have anything about the box. Damn it.
They don't have anything about the box. God damn it.
No.
It's not Vince McMahon, that's for sure. Although he's trying to buy.
Well, he's got a 6.67% chance on the last rating I saw of being in the box.
Isn't he trying to buy WWE again with
Supposedly
the
there's some Saudi backers he's got that are looking to buy back in.
What is Vince doing out there, man? Why is he trying to get back into the wrestling world? Just can't live without it?
I mean, what else is he going to do? Run himself into the ditch?
That's a good point. Bring back the hardcore, but I agree with Fresco. Oh! For the first time ever, DJ Memo agrees with me.
That's why it's a bad idea.
All right, Sean, anything else?
Oh, no doubt. If it is Bad Bunny,
oh,
good God.
that would be a hell of a halftime show. No, just playing. It could be Bad Bunny.
All right, Frank, let them know where they can get you.
Cheyenne, did I just do the 6-7? Yes, I did, Cheyenne. I did.
Yes, we did.
All right. You can catch me at Frankie Fresco. Just Google me. Fresco and also
the guy's that good now. He's just like, Google me.
Just Google me, man.
All right, Cinetti. Isn't that what Cinetti said? I win.
And if you want to check me out, next Friday, CCW, Bash at the Brew. Sean hasn't said anything, so I'm assuming Sean is not coming. But don't worry, you don't need Sean. You got Frankie Fresco out there. I will be there with my mama and my papa, and we're going to be watching some wrestling. So if you guys are interested, CCW, Bash at the Brew, check them out. I'll be out there. 7 o'clock, doors open. 8 o'clock, the show starts. It's a great indie show. Great Nelio, great guy. He's going to be out there. Can't wait. Got some really bangers out there. You're going to have Cha-Cha Charlie versus Matt Riddle. That's the real reason why I'm going. I want to see Cha-Cha Charlie pull the upset and beat Matt Riddle. I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm going to go with my boy Cha-Cha. So, next Friday, Check us out. I'll be out there.
All right, check me out at SS_Sports Talk on X, Stanley Media House, everywhere else. Make sure you go to the Stanley Media House Network, hit the subscribe, jump to Frankie Fresco YouTube, hit the subscribe, notifications. Heard Frankie, you're going dresses cha-cha, Charlie, huh?
No, probably dance with him. I'll be like cha cha cha.
All right,
cha. I'll probably lose my breath. But
yeah, probably. Want to thank Memo, Cheyenne,
Hey,
no
Cheyenne.
doubt. Let's see who else jumped in there. Adrian, of course. My goodness, why am I almost said A-Train.
A-Train. Oh, Tony. Tony was on there. I didn't even see him. What's up, Tony?
Tony was in there. I didn't see him either. Yo,
He said,
sorry
yo.
there, Tony. I think Sammy was in for a minute.
Yeah, Josh was in there.
I know Papa was in there.
Sammy was there, but I think
Yeah, there he is up at the top. And Josh was in there as well.
yes.
So I want to appreciate everybody that was a part of the show tonight. And make sure you check us out every Tuesday. I'm just going to let him keep doing that for a while.
7 or 8.
No, we could go 6, 7, 6, 7. Which one do you want to do? Which one do you want to do?
7 or 8. 7 or 8.
We're hoping it'll be 7, guys. Honestly,
Yeah.
I got done early today at the
Saw
casino.
Saw
Was
that.
able to get here and get done. That's just the thing. If I can get through traffic, because 57th kicks my ass every day.
FYI, my ankle is still hurting, but I'll be out there, still taking some ibuprofen, still working, making sure that I feel healthier. So, and your boy is still gonna run a 10K. Sean is still gonna run a 5K as well. We just gotta coordinate it. So, guys, please go to his channel, hit that like, also subscribe. We need at least 10 more subscribers for Sean to go ahead and run the 5K. We just need 10. That's all we need. So share 10 people, go in there, hit that subscribe, and then Sean will be running a 5K with me.
Why don't we just do a 6 or 7? No? Just whatever?
We just
No?
need 10 people.
No?
10.
Let's just do 6, 7. 6, 7. In the words of the great Gordon Soley, so long from the sun. Shine. State.
The Squad Circle Digest!